Today, Foreseeable Future Foundation is here at Camwood Farms to give the riders and trainers a perspective and a feel of how it would be to ride with a visual impairment. Griffin is showing the participants blindfolds, and the participants are then putting the blindfolds on. Participants are getting their horses ready to ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants are getting their horses ready to ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants with blindfolds are going over a jump while riding their horse.
Straight, stay tall, it's over. Nice. Yeah. Look left, there's your lead change. Now turn, and go towards the engage, Now turn. Now think about turning them off of your leg now. There.
Participants ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants are getting their horses ready to ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants ride while they have blindfolds on. Participants with blindfolds are going over a jump while riding their horse.
Reed, you guided Eddie over a jump. What was that like, guiding him, trying to communicate verbally what he needed to do to get up to that jump, to know where it was?
That was pretty stressful because I fumble over my words a lot as me, and
Yes.
so knowing I didn't really have much room for error because the jump itself and the turn came up pretty quickly.
Yes.
And so I had to make sure I knew ahead of time what I needed to tell him, so that when he was going, it could just be like boom, boom, boom.
Right.
What do you need to know?
How did you feel when you went over the jump with the blindfold?
It was pretty smooth. It was
Yeah.
really nice, yes. And I felt like it was definitely a little bit anxiety, just not knowing exactly where it was. And so the first time around, I sort of like got a little bit surprised
Yeah.
by, where I was. And I got a little lost. And then when I came back around again, I was able to trust Reed, what she was telling me more. And I was waiting for her cues. So that gave me a sense of knowing what I was doing, just kind of go with the feel.
So what's the hardest thing for you out there?
Going in a straight line, like going down the long side. I get a little scared I'm gonna hit my foot on the fence.
I'm here with Camille, the owner of Camwood Farms, and she's been gracious enough to let us have this event here at the farm. And Camille, I just wanted to hear a little bit more about your story and what you've done here, and what we're doing here today as well with Foreseeable and Camwood, and how we can help.
Camwood Farm, we're specifically a hunter and jumper training facility, and really how Griffin and I connected was he rode as a child, and when he called me and said that he had some riding experience but had some visual impairment, wanted to know if we could help out, and I thought, well, let's try it and let's see. And it's been going really great. He's been riding with us for a while, and it's been a unique experience for our trainers. So when you called, it was just good timing because I feel that there are so many things that we can learn from, but also give back to the community. And I think, just because maybe people have some type of impairment, still getting to enjoy this beautiful sport and these animals can be therapeutic on its own.
And it's fantastic, Camille, because when I was trying to find a place to ride, there were a couple places that weren't even open to the idea, and it comes back to that piece that, this sort of community, the visually impaired, they can, anyone can do something, especially if you put them in the right environment and give them the right, feedback and the right instruction, and how open you were to, well, let's figure it out together, and then seeing how that could work and being able to ride here again and get to ride, which I hadn't done in about 15 or 20 years, and get back on a horse with little to no vision now and be confident and comfortable because the instructor I'm working with, we have a good relationship and a good rapport of the communication and going off those other senses. And I think what we're doing here today has really hopefully put these, the instructors and trainers in that perspective. One, getting to actually do it themselves, and then two, having to instruct and what that's like, so then moving forward, they'll know and they can help any rider that comes in here, whether they're sighted or not.
I agree, and I think Kat has already said it's brought her, just in her working with you,
Yes.
Now think
she
about turning them off of
really
your leg
has
now.
had to become so
There.
much more aware of how she instructs and speaks to and explains to her riders. And so I think that was, to me, an advantage of having all of our other instructors go through this process too.
Yes.
Because how they describe things to that rider who's on the horse's back and who's feeling it is so important as a learning, whether you're sighted or not sighted. And I think this really is bringing them awareness that Kat has already learned in working with you. So
Yes. Well,
I think it's a huge benefit.
Well, thank you, Camille, for letting us do this and seeing what else maybe we can do.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Camille.
Alrighty.